So you guys tired of videos about all about the bait business? Well, I am, so I'm going fishing. I don't care. It is 4:57. I'm trying to get off the rock here in Key West. See if I can get out of this traffic, go up the Keys a bit. I don't even know what the weather conditions are. It's a little bit breezy, but not too bad. As I get farther up the Keys, I'll make a decision on either the Gulf or the Atlantic. Yeah, it's too hard to tell, but I know one thing. I'm pretty sure that there was like a slug in my wetsuit boots, because there is something in there gushy, but I ain't stopping. And I think last time I went fishing, it was cast netting. There's some bait got in my pockets because I stink. But again, I'm not gonna deal with that. Eye on the prize, we're going fishing. So I figure, yeah, traffic's not too bad. Figure half an hour gets me up to one of the spots up the front. Launch, I'll be on the water by 6. That gives me 2 hours to try and catch something. Damn, missed the turn light. Get out of my way. At least we're front row seat here. So that is the plan. Get some on the water time. Let's see what happens. All right, stopped over here at Shark Channel launch. It's unfortunate, it'd be bad on either side, so I just said, screw it, I need to stop screwing around, just get on the water. It's 5:20, so I zapped here from Key West, just missed one light. It was awesome, no traffic at all. But yeah, winds are gonna be a little bit rough, but I could have made the longer run on the Gulf side and it still wouldn't be covered. So, I don't know what to do, but get on the water. The old girl is still kicking it. I haven't even done the final 6-hour break-in on my new motor. I've been fishing backcountry all the time, so I've been taking this and inside. So I don't even know when I'll get a chance to take the new motor out. But it's just running fine, so I haven't had to worry about it. Okay, made it out to Shark Channel. Taking shelter right alongside the mangroves, about the only calm spot. What it looks like is it's a solid outgoing tide. Looking at the water height, the water levels, it looks like it just peaked at high tide, so it's going to be a long outgoing tide. I wouldn't mind heading out to the outlet, but I think it gets pretty rough out there. I didn't bring the cast net because I didn't think I would have any time to mess around chasing stuff. But I do have my pinfish rod, and I did smart enough to bring the remnants of a little bit of chum that I had left to speed the process up. A little bit of squid roll. So I think I'm gonna grab some pinfish here, hopefully, and if not, I can get some grunts at my grunt spot and bobber it up a bit, and then throw the Hobie or smaller swim baits around and see if we can entice something. Shark, cuda, tarpon. We're up for anything on these days. Now I wish there was a way to identify what type of fish this is. Now the current is ripping pretty good. I'm gonna just drift this bait around a little bit. I haven't seen anything, but I had my back to the channel. And we'll try to get away from this bobber and see if we could pick up anything. Plus I want to kind of go out towards the mouth and see how rough it is. See if it's possible to even stay out there or not. So that's what we're gonna do, and just check things out. Yeah, it's a little sporty to try to be drifting baits out here. But let's see if we could pull something out. Well, the sun is set, so I'm gonna do a slow troll in. Wind's still blowing, the tide's still cranking. I just remembered it's a full moon, so that's why that tide was looking so odd. But not a lot of action out here, didn't see much. But it was good to get out, have all my stuff loaded. And then tomorrow, if I get my delivery early, then I could take off and put in a decent evening. So that's what I'm shooting for. So let's see if I can pick up anything on the way to the dock here. Oh, what was that? And it broke me off. So that would be a CUDA. Might have got that on film, but I'll be able to tell here really quickly. Damn CUDA. Grrr. But that was action at least. Oh no, there we go. There we go. Tarpon on. Whoa. There we go. Oh, popped it off. Dang it. Wow, that was one. I want my bobber back if it's still down on there. See what happened. I don't think I had, too much drag. Yeah, way too much drag. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Got some good jumpers out of them. Got my bobber back. Yeah, I pulled the hook. Straighten it or just pulled it? Nope, just ripped it out of his mouth. Too much drag. Crapola. Bombers. Well, I got something on this one, but not very big. Turn. Man, sun goes down, action turns on. Nighttime they're feeding, I guess. I'm not getting skunked. I'm not getting skunked. I'm not getting skunked. This might be like a little shark. What are ya? Can't see ya. Jack, maybe? Jack to save the day? Yep, Jack to save the day. I didn't get skunked. The hero fish. You can go that way if you want to. Ugh. I want to release you because I want to get baits out. Things are biting. Bigger things than you. Ugh. Stop. Stop, you're just hurting yourself there. There we go. Your name is No Skunk. So, not too bad for a quick 3-hour fishing trip, even though all the action was in like a little 10-minute window there. I kind of want to do a little bit of a follow-up video, especially in regards to these tarpon trips that I'm taking. As we're getting into tarpon season, I think there's going to be more and more people coming down, chasing these guys. So, I get to chase them a lot. I get to catch quite a few of them, but a lot of people coming down maybe are only here for a day or a couple trips, maybe a week, and might not have that many opportunities. So if I kind of give you a little background of what happened to me, good and bad, it'll maybe help you out. So if you happen to be in the same situation, you won't be totally blindsided. Tonight what happened was I was basically heading back to the dock. I had wind to my back, so it was basically almost pushing me, and current was actually going against me. But that wind was overpowering that current because I'm on a kayak and we kind of sit on top of the water. Now I had 2 lines out. I had one moderately far back and one way back. I can't stagger baits kind of to my side, especially when I'm going up current. But so what I do is to cover more area, I set one at alternating rates there. Well, that fish happened to pick up the far bait, And on top of that, it was a runner. And when I talk about kayak, runners, tarpon wise, is they're the ones that bite the bait and they don't freak out and start jumping. They just take off to Cuba, right? And that's what this one was initially, is that it grabbed that bait, felt something wrong, and it was just heading out to the Atlantic. So I grabbed the rod and it's pouring out line. I use circle hooks, so I turn the drag almost all the way off, and I want that fish to basically suck down that bait. So when I do engage the drag, that line is pulled right out through the corner of the mouth, and then that circle hook lodges in there. So I grab the rod. This hand, I click the GoPro on, and then after about a second or two before it actually starts recording, then you start seeing where I'm at. At that point, then I am basically tightening the drag, and I have the kayak rudder turn, so I can instantly get that kayak turn to get it pointed towards that tarpon. Once I've got the front of the kayak towards that tarpon, the fight's pretty much over in regards to what I have to do. I just need to hold on, and it's just going to drag me around until it gets tired. So that's what I'm aiming for. But this way, basically, you can kind of watch and see my mistakes where it was getting dark, so I couldn't see the spool. I had it set way back, so I had more line out than I usually have. And then it was a runner, and it was really ripping line out there, so I'm not quite sure how much line is left there. I should be more comfortable in that there's a lot, because it's the 6,000 reel. So I start cranking the drag. My sweet spot in general is to get it so that rod is loaded up about halfway. Now you'll hear a lot of people talk about rods being doubled over where they're basically maxed out. I don't want that, okay? Tarpon fights should last 30 minutes, and that's why I say, if you're the full-size tarpon, plan on 30 minutes, okay? So don't try to win it in 5 or 10 minutes. You're just gonna bring them up green. So what I'm looking for is to get that light drag on that fish where that rod is still loaded, so I'm not gonna lose it because it's gonna get sloppy, but it's just constantly a half bend, not over torquing it. Like if you watch the video, I'm struggling to hold on to that rod because that drag is too tight. Then when I'm turning, the main problem happened, and the wind's blowing one way. I'm originally fine till that fish, I turn into the wind. The rod is turning, so that's actually good. It's giving a little bit of flexibility as I'm turning until I get perpendicular with that wind. And as soon as I get perpendicular with that wind, it'll basically stop me and actually start pushing me. That adds more tension to that line. And what happened there is I pulled that hook. Now I know it wasn't a bad hook set because it had jumped 3 to 4 times already. So it was engaged okay. It was just too much pressure on it, it jumping, me in the wind, in the kayak getting pushed by the wind the wrong opposite direction, and it just over tensioned it, and it finds the weak point somewhere in there, and that happened to be where that hook was placed there. And I lost it. So that's just a situation that I got into. You happen to be in a similar scenario, it's just you gotta make sure you don't overcompensate. You're gonna have to either add a little bit less drag, knowing that's gonna take a little bit longer to swing around, or get that boat, kayak, whatever, flipped as soon as possible so that you're bypass those issues there. But anyways, hopefully that'll help you out if you get in that similar situation. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.